Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure being here with you today. I would like to start with a big figure, big number. Anyone can guess what is that? 25 billion? Exactly. 25 billion connected devices will be in use by 2020. Think about that. In 5 years, there will be 25 billion devices that will be talking between each other, they'll be sharing information, and that we can leverage that. Not just the technology. Think about from the point of view of the user or the customer experience. Have you thought about the potential of that? How can we leverage all that technology, all that connectivity to really transform the user experience? That's what I would like to share with you today. How we can transform the traditional loyalty experiences, user experiences, with the help of gamification and with the help of IoT. Before getting into more detail, apart from Bart's presentation, I would like to give you a better understanding of who we are, what are we doing, because that will help to better understand why we have this vision and to share the projects that we are currently working on. Comark is an IT vendor that it's specialized in creating incredible user experiences. How we do that? We provide loyalty solutions, campaign management solutions, and of course, gamification platforms. But on top of that, we have the different services. With that, and with our wide experience, we're in a privileged position to understand what the market is demanding, what the brands, the businesses, top brands like Heineken, Coca-Cola, we're working with them, understanding what the consumer needs, where the market is going, and working also with banks, with telcos, all around the globe. And there are some connections between countries, but some of them are very different. The culture shape a lot that experience. So that positions us in a privileged situation to really shape the future of that experiences. I would like, before talking about the future, I would like to start from the back, from what was happening yesterday, in the past. The experiences was about loyalty. Loyalty, transactions, promotions, coupons, earn, redeem points. Those are really valid experiences, and people were engaging with that. There are thousands, if not millions, of loyalty programs out there, and we know the value of that, especially if you work for a brand, you work in marketing, you know they're valuable. But you also know that not all of them are successful, not all of them are generating the results that you need. So what we identified some time ago, what you all know here, it's gamification was the next step. I'm not going to talk about the potential of gamification. There are a lot of experts here talking about that, and I understand there is no doubt about the potential of that. For those that still maybe not believe in that potential, in the transformation that gamification can add to a traditional loyalty program, I would like to show you quickly a case study of one of our big clients in US. The company is JetBlue. Anyone from US, I'm sure they will know the brand. It's a low-cost airliner. They have over 200 planes. They fly to over 80 locations all around US and the Caribbean. And a couple of years ago, they came to us asking for that evolution of the loyalty program. They saw that earning points, redeeming points was not enough to create a really engaging relationship with the brand, between the customers and the brand. So we identified 5 objectives. We didn't come directly with that the solution was gamification. That was the end result. But we started with the objectives. What are the goals? They were looking for a more social solution, not just using social media, Facebook, which was a big thing. It was more about a personal social relationship with the customers. They were looking to increase the insight about the customers. Loyalty was good, but it was good to know when a customer was flying, and the frequency of people flying was not too high in some cases. Therefore, they were missing a lot of insight. So we were thinking in how we can get that information, what we can do to really get more information about the customers. So at the end, we built a gamification solution, PVL, points, budgets, leaderboards. Yes, that's the basic mechanics that we were using, but the differentiation of this solution was that social component. So around that map that you can see, that digital map that you can see in the middle of the portal, this is the web portal that the user was accessing to, and the consumers were centering the attention to that. On that, they are pins based on their travel behavior, based on their social behavior. So we created a community where people were sharing their travel experiences, not just the flights, but the experiences. And that was really, really successful. I got some figures here. It's not just that I'm telling you that. Just after 1 year, all these figures are after 1 year, 1.5 million budgets were awarded, 1.6 million Facebook impressions of branded content. That was incredible, the amount of content that was created without too much interactions from JetBlue. People were actively sharing, creating groups, communities to talk about the program, to talk about how they can get certain rewards, how they can get certain budgets. So we truly created a social interaction. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Think about this website. You cannot book a flight. You cannot do the online check-in. You just can see what you have done and what other JetBlue customer has done. But people were spending over 3 minutes in that website just to check in that. So we really achieved that engagement with the brand. What is next? That's an example of the transition, as I mentioned, but what is next? What is the user demanding at the moment? Yes, promotions, rewards, we like discounts, we like engagement, we like fun, but what is next? I'm sure all of you have at least 1, 2, 3 devices at the moment connected to the internet. You are all connected at the moment. That's where the market is going. The users, all of us, what we want is real-time information, precise information about what is happening around us. It's just we want it now, and we want it exactly what is happening. So the answer was at the beginning of this presentation. It's IoT. IoT will be the enabler that will transform the user experience of the future. What does it mean? What does it mean is that the user experience is interacting in a different way. We'll be moving from the interaction with the airline. We'll be moving away from that shopping store around the corner. Well, you will swipe your card, you will get a promotion as soon as you get in, because you're connected to Wi-Fi, you're using beacons. The playfield has changed. We are now looking at the cities. The cities are going to be ultra-connected, and we as the users, we are the citizens of those cities, we are the tourists here in Barcelona today, so we'll be interacting with all those devices. So that's what we have called the smart engaging cities. And it's based in 3 pillars. We have divided in 3 different main sections based on the activity that will be related to that experience. Entertainment, attractions, fun. Think about, as an example, that you are here in Barcelona for 2-3 days, and the City Council has organized Gaudi travel trip gamified, that you can become the expert about Gaudi. You will be traveling around the city, you will be earning points, budgets, because you are visiting, you are understanding, you are learning about this character, you are learning about the city. That could be one of the applications. Business and commerces. From the moment that we wake up, we are bombarded by communication by businesses. It's the reality. Radio, the bus, when you jump into the bus, the tube, is that. So they're a key component of any city. So we need to take care of them and interact with them to make good, relevant experiences engage to the citizens. And mobility. If the city is any big, mid-sized city, needs to take care of that. Public transport, bike systems, personal vehicles, all these need to be created, and the city councils are really conscious about that, and they are trying to drive behavior based on their needs. It could be, the driver could be to have a greener city, so use the bike instead of your personal vehicle, but they have some cases where they need to adapt the behavior based on an incident. It could be that there has been a crash in a motorway, so they will need to redirect people in real time to that. So with the help of IoT, with the help of gamification, is it possible to drive that behavior? How we do that? I basically say that is we need to analyze which are the key stakeholders, the citizens, the businesses, and the city council. We listen to them. We have several projects. I will share some information with you about that, where we have listened to them, what they need, and based on what they need, simple. We listened, we have an IoT platform, we understand how people are behaving, what people are doing, we capture that, we process that, we filter it, and we pass that to what we call the Loyalty CRM and engagement engine. That engine analyzes the information, receives those events, that's how we call it, and we apply the different rules based on the objectives of the different stakeholders. And based on that, we create a targeted action. That action can go straight to the citizen, or can go to a traffic light, and that traffic light needs to be changed to green, from the red to green, change the timing. We interact with objects, and we interact with citizens. This is an example, a really simple example, but I think it shows where are we going and where we're trying to achieve. A couple of months ago, Munich, they organized the Culture and Shopping Night. It's an event that they organize every year, and they asked us to gamify the experience, to engage with them, to make it more alive, the experience. So we create a mobile app, we put together, we deployed over 300 beacons. Beacons are small devices, for you that don't know, they broadcast a Bluetooth signal, so the mobile can capture that signal and we know where the person is. And with that, we got over 200,000 people that were interacting with the mobile app. They were interacting with the shops, so the business side of it, the brands, and we were working with the city council and with the cultural organizations to promote certain events. So all together, we created different experiences that we sent in a matter of few hours. That was that night. We've sent over 3,000 messages between those brands, those businesses, and the visitors, the citizens. But thinking bigger, there is a much bigger concept of that. And this is going on. This is not just a conceptual thing. We are working at the moment in a city in Canada where we are creating that model that I showed you before, the high-level concept of that. In that city, we have touched those 3 pillars that I mentioned before, points of interaction. This is a real screenshot of what we are doing. There will be points of interaction that are personalized based on your needs, based on your actions. That's also gamified. So there are some people that are more willing to be part of the gamification. There are others that are not. There are people that share more or less information. So based on that, we are building the intelligence with that engine and creating a really personalized interface of those points of interest. This is a mix of the likes of Foursquare, mixed with the Internet of Things, mixed with the transportation system. So it's all Google Maps. It's a mix of all these solutions together to create a really engaging, attractive solution for the citizens. I mentioned that engagement, rewarding experiences. Not everyone is a reality. I know we are in a gamification show, but not everyone is still into gamification, into pure gamification. People don't change behavior just because they are getting green badge, because they are getting nice, the best citizen sticker. So for those, we need to also incorporate the businesses. So we have a gamified experience with a coffee shop where you can earn certain points, certain budgets, but they need to be a tangible reward. Could be a free muffin, could be a coffee. And this is back to the second pillar that I mentioned, is businesses need to form part of the whole experience. And last but not least, the mobility, the efficiency. As I mentioned, it's crucial to know in real time what is happening. So in this city in Canada, we are able to measure, to show in a map, to know where all the different public transports, the bus, the tube, are in every single moment, in every single second. With that information, we can take real-time decisions to drive behavior of the users. Imagine there's an accident in a motorway. We can change that behavior and try to drive the behavior of the people and make them drive in another direction. Encourage people to use the tube or to use the bus because it's crowded that morning. With the help of IoT, with the help of gamification, we can encourage certain behaviors. So to wrap up, 3 key elements, as I said. Engagement, gamification, yes, needed. This is how we see it, how we envision the future. They are needed, and they're having great results. People are responding to these engaging and gamification experiences, to these engagement and gamification mechanics. IoT will help to understand the environment, the surroundings of those users, of those citizens. So that's what is going to help to save the future, because that will be creating really valuable information that capture and measure and analyze in the right way will transform the solution. But that's the third point, is you need to capture that information in the right way and take the right decision. So you need some kind of engine that is capable, powerful enough to create the right decision based on the objectives of the different stakeholders of the city. So the citizens, the businesses, and the city council, of course. And that's it. That's it for me. Has been a pleasure. If you want to talk in more detail, those are my contact details. We'll be outside. We have a stand. So if you want to talk about how we can build together the customer experience of the future, please drop us a line, pop in, and we're more than happy to talk with you. Thank you.
Well, he's done.